Good morning, guys. Yes, I do record the night before, and just so some of you may need to know, it is not late right now. It's actually 9 o'clock, so don't worry, some of you that were concerned. It is not that late. Okay, let's get started. All right, so today you're going to be learning about some weird stuff. Permutations. Permutations. Okay? All right, permutations. What are they? It's an arrangement of a group of objects in a particular order. Okay, arrangement of a group of objects in a particular order. So this is a keyword and this is a keyword. Particular. I know that's hard to see. Particular. Particular. Or an arrangement in a particular order. Okay, like for example, if I was lining y'all up to go have your pictures done, I would line you up in ABC order. That's a particular order. Okay, so the statement "3 times 2 times 1 can be represented by 3 factorial. It's read 3 factorial. 3 factorial. Okay? And it's this right here. Okay, you're going to be seeing a lot of that. All right? That has to do with permutations. For example, I know I don't explain things very well. My examples are excellent, so that usually helps. Anyway, okay. I'm trying to get comfortable. Sorry, guys. It's that horrible chair I'm sitting in. All right. So, for example, 6 factorial. You would write that as 6 times, we're going to, instead of the x's, because remember we talked about that in pre-algebra, that can mess someone up. So we're going to use the dot. So 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's how you would solve that. And then you would multiply it out. By the way, you may use your calculators, especially your graphing calculators. Okay? If you do not have a graphing calculator, I'm going to show you how to solve the stuff today without one. It's just more useful if you have one, and I'll show you why. So with this, if I said, what is 6 factorial? We would turn this on and basically do 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now I get 720. So there's your answer. I gotta turn this off, my batteries are running low. So if I did 5 factorial, if I said what is the answer to 5 factorial, you would do 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And you would type it out. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 120. Okay. Now, what if I had 20 factorial? All right, now watch this. This would be 20 times 19 times 18 times 17 times 16 times 15, etc. Right? those of you without calculators, you would have to multiply all of this out, okay? But let's be realistic, your phones have it. So I don't see you have a problem with that. Now, if you do have your graphing calculator that was on the supply list, watch this. Okay, this is going to be fun. Make sure your graphing calculator is on. Hit math. And you get this. So you hit math and you come to here, this whole menu. You want to go to this PRB. Look at that. Look at number 4. Is that, do you recognize that? Okay, so watch this. Let's say I want to find out 20 factorial. Put in 20. Whoops. Hit math. I need to get a manicure. Then go over to this. And then you can go down and hit enter. Wait, what? That didn't work. Oh, there. I think it worked. Okay, you have to hit enter again. And because it's so huge, it didn't work. Hold on. Now I look stupid. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's do some of the smaller ones. Let's do like 6. So you press 6. Okay. You press math. Then go over here to this PRB. Then you go down to number 4. Go down to number 4. Hit enter. And you get 6 factorial. See 6 factorial? Hit enter again. 720. 720. Let's do 5 factorial. I'm going to hit 5. And then math. See, you have math, but we want to get PRB. And you can actually just press number 4, but just in case, I just go down like this to the factorial. Hit enter. You get 5 factorial. 5 factorial. Hit enter again. 120. 120. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, I'm going to give you what is like the formula for this. It's a big old P, N, and R. Okay? P is a number of objects. R is how, many taken. N is the number of objects. Okay? You're going to need to memorize that. Just the NPR. Okay, so for example, I don't like that one. If the number is the same, if the N is the same as the R, if it's the same, then it's 5 factorial. It's whatever the number is, which is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equals 120. Okay? If the n and the r are the same, then it's 5 factorial. Okay. The big formula. Oh, my stars. Oh, my stars. Okay. If it's a big old P in R, remember I just showed you that up there. What that is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Okay? What this means is that, for example, memorize this. Let's say I have a P and 5 and 2. Remember, this is my n, that's my r. So, look right here. N factorial, n, see, remember n, it's 5, so 5 factorial, because look right here. So n is on top, factorial. N is on top. Then the next part underneath is n minus r factorial. So n minus r factorial. That's going to be 5 minus 2 is 3. So 5 factorial over 3 factorial. And that is, y'all may need to review this one or rewind. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 factorial times 2 times 1. Let these cancel out and you're left with 5 times 4. What is 5 times 4? 20. Very good. Now, those of you that do not have a graphing calculator, you're going to need to do it just like this. Okay? Now, there's going to be quiz and test questions that have those of you with calculators are going to have to identify this. Okay? I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. Now, let's look at your calculator. And yes, you may use your calculator. So let's work this one out. 5, this is a permutation, and 2. So that we're going to do the first number first. Put in 5. See? Go back to your math. Go down to that PRB. Look right there, number 2. Does that look familiar? NPR. NPR. So go down to NPR. Hit enter. Look, now you've got 5 NPR. What's R? 2. So push 2. So 5, we did the math thing, got NPR, and then put R as 2. Hit enter. 20. 20. So see, you can do it either way. You can do it by way of calculator. You can do it by way of this. See, here's the formula. This right here. There's some stars. So you would just fill in the blank. This is your n, this is your r. Fill it in. N factorial, that's your n. N minus r factorial, n minus r. You get your numbers and you go. You may pause this or rewind and look at that again if you need. All right, let's move on. By the way, I only have 2 pages of notes. All right, here's another example. Big old P, 8 and 3. Now question, I'm going to pause. Was the 8 an N or an R? N. So this one would be your R. Okay, what was the formula Do you remember what the formula for permutations was? N factorial over n minus r factorial. Okay, let's plug it in. N is your 8 factorial, and then n minus r, so n 8 minus 3 factorial. That's 8 factorial. 8 minus 3 is 5 factorial. I'm going to move it down here. 8 times 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all over 5 factorial. 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So we had to do the 8 factorial first. We wrote it out. Then the 5 factorial underneath. Wrote it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross out. You're left with 8 times 7 times 6. Use your calculator if you need to, and you get 336. Or, let's do this on the calculator. I'm clearing it out. See, you press clear. So we're going to write our first number first. Now remember, when you're doing your homework, you can go back to this and like pause it and do it when you're doing your homework. So 8 goes first. Then you press math. And you get math, but we need to get to PRB. Go to NPR. NCR, that's another day. NPR. Hit enter. And I'm almost there. 8 NPR. So 8 P and then 3. We need the R there. Hit enter. And I had 336 and it checks. So see, this, if you remember these steps and you have a calculator, this solves it instantaneously. Otherwise, you're going to have to write this out, but even this isn't that bad. All you do is plug in the right numbers and then write out your factorials for each of these, cross out what can be eliminated, which is the same, and then multiply what you have left. I'm going to turn my thing off. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the book. Examples, page 427. Okay, let's look at number 2. All right, number 2 says, evaluate the following factorials. Okay, this one is 9 factorial. Okay, now I do want y'all to kind of practice this and everything, but you are also allowed to use your calculators. So 9 factorial is, but you got to know what this means. 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You may use your calculator and you can multiply that all out. You can pause the video and see if you get the right answer. You get 362,880. Or 9 math. Remember, move it over there to PRB, and then number 4 is our factorial. Hit enter, and it has it spelled out for you, 9 factorial. Hit enter again, and there's your answer. Okay? I'm going to show you 5. Yes, it's odd. It's real odd. Get it? Okay. 0 factorial. 0 factorial. You can't do 0 times 0 times 0 times 0. Anytime you see 0 factorial, you know what your answer is? 1. So remember that. 0 factorial is always 1. All right, number 8. Number 8 says evaluate the following products. Ooh, that's weird. 4 times, remember when there's nothing in between, that's multiplying. 5 factorial. Okay, so we're going to solve that. First thing you do is your factorial. 4 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You multiply this out with your trusty calculator, and you get 4 times 120, because this equals 120. Multiply that out, you get 480. I've never done this one on the calculator. Let's see. You usually have to work in order, so I'm going to do 4 parentheses, see, 4 parentheses, and then it's 5 factorial. Let's try it. I don't know if it's going to work, so I put in a 5. Now I'm going to do math, go down to number 4, hit enter. Ah, look at that. And then I'm going to hit in parentheses. Let's see if we get the same answer. Hit enter. 480. Yay! 480! Okay, so see how I did that? You may want to rewind the video. I put in the 4 first, then the parenthesis, then 5. Then I did all that weird stuff to get the factorial. End parentheses, hit enter. Okay, you can rewind that. 14, we have P with an N, that's 4, and the R, that's 4. If they are the same, then remember what I said, it's going to be 4 factorial. And that means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Pause the video and do your math, or you can just do that 4 factorial on your calculator and you get 24. All right. We're almost done. Let's see, that goes here. Okay, 20. Look, y'all, I'm wide awake. Just so all of you know, wide awake. Woohoo! Okay, it's Monday, right? Hey, question. Any of y'all lose track of what day it is? It's me every day. Okay, so here we go. First, you need to know the formula. I know. Some of you are grabbing your calculators and just going with it. But first, let's remember the formula. Before I write it down, pause the video, write down the formula. It's n factorial over n minus r factorial. If you write that down every time, even if you use your calculator, you'll commit it to memory. Okay? So just do it. All right, so n factorial. Remember, this is your n. That's your r. Remember, it looks like this. Okay? All right, so n is 6 factorial. And then I have n minus 3. Okay. Sorry. 6 factorial. Yeah. 6 factorial. Y'all see, some things haven't changed. We're kind of like this in class too. Okay, so then it's n minus r. 6 minus 3 factorial. Alrighty, what is 6 minus 3? That's right. 3 factorial. Alright, so then we have 6 factorial, which is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all over 3 factorial. 3 times 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1. 3 times 2 times 1. That exits. That, crosses out. And I'm left with this right here. 6 times 5 times 4. You work that out, you get 120. Okay, so if I move too fast, because again, y'all not here, go back, rewind, slow down, look at it. I think you are getting it. Let's check with our trusty little calculator here. So I have 6 goes first. So 6 goes first. Then math. Whoops. And then go down to number 2. Hit enter. And then 3. Hit enter. 120. 120. I'm not normally that slow and old. I'm just doing this so that y'all are learning. Gosh, I think that's it. Seriously. Let's do 34 real quick, and then I'm setting it free. It's 30, big old P, 2. Let's do it on the calculator. Oh man, I see why I did that. Yeah, forget that. We're not going to do that. Yeah, I need y'all in the classroom for that next part. And I hate not being able to do it, but I definitely need y'all in the classroom because I need to hear y'all's feedback on the next part, 31 to 36. I will tell you 32. I'm going to just tell you what it is. Read it to yourself. The way you would write that out and solve it would be this. And 34, read it and look to see where I'm getting the numbers, and some of you are going to figure it out. But there's no way I can teach all that remotely. I need y'all I need to be with y'all in the classroom to give y'all this. Some of y'all are going to figure this out, okay? So then you would solve that. But go back to 32, 34, and 36 and look to see where the 6 and the 3 came from, and the 30 and the 2 and the 7 and 3, why 6 was in N and 3 was in R, or 30 is in N and 2 is in R, etc., etc. Okay? So try to see if you can figure out that mystery. Don't worry if you didn't get it. It's not detrimental. At this point in the game, you're just one of the... Honestly, you're some of the lucky kids that are actually getting some decent education. You should hear... I know it's cool to hear some of the kids that aren't getting anything right now, but y'all, I mean, I think your parents understand. Some of y'all understand that what idle minds will do to a person. So you guys are staying sharp and will be leading, y'all are like our future. One of the few groups of kids that are actually still learning, so it's kind of a good thing. Okay, I have hope in humanity because of y'all. Okay, so page 427. 7 to 23. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Seven through 29 odd. That's like 12 problems, something like that. Okay, this is going to be due Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any more IXL assigned for y'all. If I do come up with some, I will let you know. Probably tomorrow, or y'all just get the notification and everything. Your test. I don't think I have it planned yet. It is next week, but we don't have school Friday and everything, so I'll let you know probably tomorrow when your test will be, okay? I think that's it for y'all today, okay? All right, take care. Miss you guys more than you know.